All right, leaders, welcome back to another great session. Today we have the honor of having Brenyaa, who is going to share with us a little bit about how to prepare for the next level. So how many people really want to work hard to prepare for the next level? I see so many folks in our login, and on behalf of Leaders Recognizing Leaders, Brenyaa, we want to thank you for accepting the invitation to come and talk to us. So today it's going to be a very comfortable, casual conversation around us just finding out what is it that made you such a star student already. You haven't even started college yet, right? Is that correct? You're working towards that. So what got you to be accepted into 50, not 5, 50 colleges and universities? So we want to hear from you, and we want you to share with us what were some of the first steps? When did you begin? How did you get started? And kind of just give us a little background about you and your leadership and some really cool things, because everyone in here are mostly high school students, and they're definitely excited about your discussion today. So please talk to us and give us a nice overview.
Okay, so first with the whole college application process or whatever. So I had this dream school in the summer that I wanted to go to, and I figured out that their whole application was already open already. So I applied and I got accepted in early August. So after then, I heard about the Common App, and I was adding a whole bunch of colleges to my Common App and just applying to those. So I'm the type of person who likes to have a set amount of something, or likes to have a specific goal. So at first I only wanted 25 acceptances, but then I started making a joke to my friends, I'm gonna get 50 acceptances, blah blah blah. So as the acceptances started coming in, I got to 25, and it was still more schools that I wanted to apply to. So then I got to 30. So then I'm like, okay, I gotta get to 50 acceptances. So we got there. As for my leadership and me being in school, whatever, I started taking high school courses in middle school. So that kind of gave me a push to take more advanced courses in high school. Like right now, this year, I will be taking 4 dual enrollment courses. So I have a way to push myself forward. For leadership, I didn't really care to be in much clubs. I really cared about being consistent in the same club. So throughout my whole high school years, I only been in National Honor Society, and I have been in SGA. So I've been class president, class vice president, and this year I'm running for a senior class president. Yeah, that's really it for my background.
That is awesome. So you said a couple of things that really just made me super happy. You said that you started early. And that's what I really want us to talk about today. So what is it that got you to start early? Who was it that got you to start early? I know you were joking around with your friends, but give us an idea of what really triggered the importance of starting early.
I was just excited to see if I would get accepted into that school. And once I found out that they were open, I'm like, okay, I'm applying now. I'm gonna send them my transcript now. I already had all the resources. So I'm like, let me just apply now. And I got accepted. I'm like, yeah, I just got to keep on going, because I'm gonna be honest. I'm a very indecisive person. So as these past few months went by, I kept changing my top 10 schools. So I just kept applying to more schools. So yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that when persons see that you got accepted to 50 colleges and universities, what we're often wondering is what helps you to make a decision on a particular school. Like you decide, okay, I'll try this school. This is one of my top 10. So what made you look into a specific school?
So I recently just finalized my top 8 schools. And before I finalized those schools, I made a list of requirements that I needed these schools to meet. And that's basically how I ruled it out. I had to make sure that the school offered my major, had to make sure, I don't want to live on campus throughout my whole college. So I made sure that I didn't have to live on campus. And it's just a list of things that each college had to meet. So that's how I basically ruled out my 8. So.
Okay, and can you share with us maybe 1 or 2 areas that are priorities for you as a student coming out of high school?
So I'm a dancer, and that's my outlet or whatever. So I need to be in a place where I can still dance. But the thing is, I don't want to have dance involved in school. Like I don't want to major in dance, I don't want to minor in dance, because I've had experiences where that kind of took the fun out of it. So I want that place to have a place where I can dance. That's one. And a lot of colleges have my major, but they really have business as the whole major. But I want the college to have finance as a major to like narrow it down and focus on it more. So that's another requirement for my college to have finance as a major.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I know that quite a bit of high school students are thinking, okay, what did she get in terms of grades, right? So, how important is grades as you're preparing to get to the next level?
So for my school, I'm not really sure if all schools do this, but you have the 4 9 weeks and you have the final grades. The final grades is what really matters. So it's basically all of your 9 weeks grades calculated at the end. So I mean, it's okay to get, I'm okay. It's okay to fall off a few throughout the year. It's okay, it's normal, but you have to make sure you have other grades to weigh it out. So say the first semester you get a C, try to get an A in the second semester so that can average out to a B. But me, my grades throughout high school, I got A's for all of my final grades. So yeah. But when I started in middle school, I was not getting all A's. So that kind of lowered my GPA.
Okay, okay. And let's talk about as you're preparing. So, our focus is preparing for the next level, right? So, give us an idea of, so we're in this experience now with the pandemic where we can't really socialize and interact as much as we really want to. But kind of give us an insight on the type of friends that you would say you would keep in along with you in the process of trying to get to the next level. So give us an idea of what that's like for you with friends.
So me, I'm a very friend oriented person. So friendships matter to me. I need to be around people who are going to push me, who are going to push me to be better, who see me as equal to them, or like, I don't want to be around anybody who thinks of me as competition, like, oh, she got this, let me do better than her. Like, I need to be around someone who try to push me to be better. That's one. And I also like to be around people who just have fun, like who aren't just worried about school. Like I don't want to talk about school all day. I don't want to talk about work all day. Like I want to actually go out and have fun. And that's what I want to be around.
That is awesome. Who do you look to as someone who inspire you?
Um, whenever someone asks me this question, I don't know what to say because I don't really look up to much people, but it's really my sister. My sister, she found a way throughout like everything she went through to get away out of Miami. And that's what I really love about her. Like no matter what she went through, she still finds a way to reach her goals. And that's like I kind of see some of myself in her. Like I kind of get my motivation from her. Like if she could do this, you could do it also. Like get some like yeah, like I said, I get my motivation from her, like the things that she did basically.
Okay, okay. And just so you all know, these questions are not questions that we pre-planned. These are fresh off the mind. So we're getting one-on-one live responses from our guests. Okay, so one final question that I do have, and it's simply this: as you're preparing for the next level, how important is leadership to you?
Leadership is very important, especially going into applying for colleges. Colleges don't just want a student who has good grades. They want a student who shows leadership skills. So that's why it's important to take on those leadership positions in high school. That's why I really was focused on being more than just in a club and actually having that position in a club. And also I just love leading a group of people to success, leading a group of people to meet a common goal. Like that's just me. Like I just like not that I like to have control, but I like to be the head of things. Like I kind of like to be the boss or whatever. So that's why I like to be a leader.
I love it. Well, I can assure you, as a former student government president, when I was in high school, I did it then, and then I went on to graduate school, and I did it again, and then I, kept going and founded this organization. So it's such an honor to have you with us, and we hope that you would continue coming back and asking us to share your platforms that you have so that we can encourage more people to learn about what it is that you do. But I do want to open up the floor at this time and invite any of our students that would like to ask a question, if you can just raise your hand, and we're going to bring you up on the stage so that you can go ahead and ask a question. So I know quite a bit of persons said they wanted to just have some updates on what it is that you do. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you to the stage. Let's see here. And all right, so Faith, if you can come on live, and then you can go ahead and ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Brianna, is it? How do you say it?
Brenyaa, hi.
Brenyaa, hi. First of all, I just wanted to say that like your whole like experience is very inspiring to me. It just makes me want to work harder. I just wanted one thing to know, like how many service hours do you have and how have you gotten to that amount?
So I have 380 community service hours, and I got those from being class president and class vice president. And I also got them from participating in 3 internships. So it's this one program in my city called the Summer Youth Internship Program, where you can be in the program from your 9th to 11th grade year. And it's a paid internship, but once the internship is over, you can stay at the place and continue to get community service hours. And that's what I did.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that great question. Let's go ahead and bring Victoria.
Hi, I'm super inspired by all of this. I've been stressing over a lot like of colleges. I'm still a sophomore, but like I still stress. But I just wanted to ask you, in regards to like SAT or ACT. So what was your like mindset behind studying and like keeping up motivation?
I'm going to be completely honest about the SAT and the ACT. So I only took the SAT once. It was the day after my junior bash event. So literally 4 hours after I got home from junior bash was time for me to wake up and take the SAT. I'm going to be honest, I'm very lazy and I procrastinate. So I did not study for the SAT, but after receiving the score that I got and I was not satisfied with the score, I started doing Khan Academy. So what I did was create a plan on Khan Academy where it reminds me to study for that day. So it's kind of a push and a reminder to start studying. And I wanted to study, and most importantly in reading, because I feel like I'm not that good at reading as I am in math. So I wanted to do more on that. And studying with Khan Academy helped me with my time management. It helped me basically improve my reading. So I would say study with Khan Academy. And I would also say get some flashcards. My mom bought me some flashcards that really helped me study for the SAT. And I'm going to retake it again in March so I can apply for the Bright Futures program in Florida. So yeah, stay motivated, try to use Khan Academy, and get you some flashcards.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was an awesome question. Do we have any other students that would like to ask a question? As you know, we're on a call for just a quick 30 minutes, so we don't have too much time, but I know that there's another question that probably it's burning that you have to ask our guests. So do we have any other questions? If you can just raise your hand. Okay, I'll jump on to Faith. Go ahead.
Hi again. I wanted to know what field like are you interested in and like why and like what are your favorite subjects and stuff like that?
So my favorite subject is math. It has always been math. It will always be math. I want to major in finance and I want to be a finance manager because I love numbers so much. And of course, who doesn't love money? But also because finance is a part of business and I want to be an entrepreneur. So, you know, in order to be an entrepreneur, you not only need to have a goal for your business, but you have to know how to run it financially. So I want to go into that to be able to run my own businesses.
Alrighty, great question. And let's go on over to Natalie. I think we saw. There you go. Go ahead.
Hi, my question was, is there any certain type of courses or like certain programs that you were in?
So at my high school, we have this thing called iPrep. So in the iPrep program, it's a select few of students who are put in this room basically, and are we're all basically isolated from the rest of the school, and we get the chance to have special schedules made for us. So we don't have the option to choose what we want on our schedule. So that's how I was kind of forced to take AP and dual enrollment classes. So each year I took one AP class since ninth grade, and starting last year is when starting 10th grade is when I started taking dual enrollment. And that's to this day, I believe I have taken 9 dual enrollment classes. So the program pushed me to enroll in those classes. And I also was in a lot of honors classes.
All righty.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Great question. Let's go on over to Maya.
Hi. As far as applying for scholarships, how did you find that compared to applying for colleges? Like, was it easier to apply for the colleges as compared to the scholarships?
I believe applying to colleges is easier than applying to scholarships because, well, I don't know. I believe scholarships ask you much more questions and they want to know much more about you than colleges. So you really have to sit there and, think about the answer that you're giving them. Like some colleges are going to ask you questions literally about the program. So I know the Jackie Robinson scholarship, they're going to ask you about Jackie Robinson. So you have to sit there and figure out how you're going to sit here and answer this question good enough to get those people money. So it's like, yeah, you have to really think a lot about what you put into those essays, but it's the same for colleges also. But you should have a reason why you want to get into that college, why you want to get admitted into that certain school of business or school of nursing, whatever. But for scholarships, you really have to let these people know why you deserve their money. So yeah, scholarships are a bit harder to apply to.
Thank you.
And let's go on over to, let's see, Rihanna. There you go, Rihanna. Go ahead.
Hi, I was just watching all your YouTube videos last night, but I was just wondering, what tips do you have for students with leadership positions?
Do you mean in the college application process?
Yes.
I would just say make sure you put everything down on your resume. I made the biggest mistake ever on my Common App by not including everything I did, and I was very, very worried that would ruin my chances. But I would say make sure you list everything that you've done. Make sure, even if you were in that club for 2 months, make sure you list it on your resume because you did it, you were in it. Like make sure you list every single thing, every award you got, every honors you've been in, every leadership position you held, every club you've been in. Make sure you list every single thing on your resume.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, and we're gonna let's just see, one more burning question. We have one more burning question before we get ready to close out very soon. Do we have anyone else that have a burning question that they must ask before our guest leaves? Let's see here. And you can just raise your hand, or if you're having a time raising your hand, you can unmute. Let's see here. All right, so let me just say this. It's now Black History Month, and one of the reasons why we organize such a call is because when we see a person like yourself working so hard, we like to think of you as Black excellence. So when you prepare for your next level of leadership, what do you think is so important as a young Black leader? Do you feel that there's a lot of pressure on you as you're preparing for these next levels? And when you think about Black History Month, what do you think your goals would be long-term that will help inspire other young Black students?
So there definitely have been a lot of pressure, especially over the last week, now that I've gotten this this influencing position or whatever. Like a lot of people want me to go to certain schools, but there's this one, so I have a list of essays that I use for my scholarships. And there's this one essay where I basically explain why I want to be in the specific major, why I want to be a business major, why I want to be a finance major. And I say that I want to start my own businesses to give back to my community. Like I want to be able to provide jobs for the people in my community. I want to be able to provide jobs for women of color, for regular people, for the general people of color. I want to be able to provide jobs for teens of color and so on. So I want to be able to give back to my community, you know, not only by providing them jobs, by providing them with services and goods that will actually help their lives. So currently I have a small business where I create organic and handmade skin and hair products for natural hair individuals. So that's really my main focus, to give back to my people.
That is super awesome. And, you know, with that being said, you said something that's so important. Give back is your thing, right? And so we want to thank you so much for being a part of our space. With Leaders Recognizing Leaders, we always encourage students to jump on leadership roles, right? We always encourage the importance of community service. And I was so glad to hear that you've done over 300 hours. That is awesome. So thank you so much, Brenyaa, for your time. We hope that you continue to come back with us and to share updates and feedback, and just kind of drop by and give us a word of encouragement. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.